LoreWarrior Online, the Matador. Overview. The Steel Vipers, in their quest to become the ultimate warriors, have honed the skills of their troops and also developed their martial assets. The Matador, one pre-Omnimech development, was designed to duke it out with enemy mechs at close range. Capabilities. Like the Atlas and the Gargoyle, the Matador's appearance is meant to serve as a psychological weapon. Massive slabs of angular armor plates give it a look of solid power, while offering the pilot and weapon systems protection unrivaled in any other 60-ton mech. The placement of the Matador's extensive weapon systems enhances its formidable appearance. Each shoulder carries paired rotary machine guns that provide devastating anti-infantry firepower, while the right torso and the head sport short-range missile packs. A pair of extended-range medium lasers located in the left torso provides the Matador's principal long-range weaponry. Twin center torso-mounted small pulse lasers are mounted just above the face-like cockpit assembly, and a trio of medium pulse lasers mounted in a triangular pattern in the mech's heavily armored left arm complete the loadout. Mounted in special shock-resistant housings, these three lasers remain operational even after a punch with the arm. Though it appears slow and cumbersome, the Matador can reach speeds of up to 65 kph, respectable for a heavy, but slightly slower than comparable clan mechs. Jump jets in the legs, however, give the mech a significant advantage in terms of maneuverability. Deployment. The Matador has seen extensive combat over the years, but is now relegated to second-line roles. This pattern may change, however. In the Harvest Wars, Wolf Khan Vladimir Ward targeted several Steel Viper units equipped with the design, and those units easily held their own against the Wolf aggressors. Elements of the Steel Viper's 61st Striker cluster issued a preemptive bachal to the Wolf forces, which led to the defection of almost a full trinary of Steel Vipers to Clan Wolf. Though nominally a frontline unit, the 61st, like much of the homeworld-based Steel Coil, Delta Galaxy, makes extensive use of second-line mechs. A Matador piloted by mech warrior Shazne was responsible for disabling two Wolf mechs before a shot into the weak rear armor tore into the ammunition bins, causing a catastrophic explosion that destroyed the mech. Additional examples of the design can be found in the Jade Falcon, Star Adder, and Fire Mandrill clans, captured in numerous trials throughout the centuries. However, because the Steel Vipers have never actively traded the design, there are fewer than 24 Matadors outside of the clan. I'm not quite sure why the Steel Vipers who issued a preemptive bachal would then defect almost a full trinary to Clan Wolf, but whatever. Yeah, it's a 60-tonner. Its chassis is the Viper NK7. Its power plant is the New Kent Type 91 Fusion 240 with a cruise speed of 43.2 kph and a max speed of 64.8 kph. Jump jets are the Prizok WM10 with a jump capacity of 120 meters. Its armor is the really catchy Forging C629/J. Oh, I preferred the H model, but J's pretty good. Armament: 4 Series 12 rotary machine guns with 1 Pattern J6 Streak SRM6, 1 Pattern J10 Streak SRM4 launcher, 2 Series 2B extended range medium lasers, 2 Chi Series small pulse lasers, what like the little anime cat, and 3 Lambda medium pulse lasers. Its manufacturer is the Novominsk Armaments plant, and its communication system is the Mercer 971 system. Targeting and tracking is provided by GEG Pattern 491/6, which obviously was designed in an era where the targeting and tracking by GEG was, as acceptable at the time, but really what they should have installed was the GEG pattern 491/2, which, although it is an older system, was much better at being able to cut through a lot of the battlefield static, and also allowed them to tune into Radio City FM, so it was pretty good. So this translates into a mech with a walk of 4 and a run of 6 with a jump of 4. It has 12 double heat sinks for a good old 24 points of heat sinkage. It has 9 armor on the head, 30 armor on the torso with 9 on the rear, 21 on the side torsos with 6 on the rear, 19 on the arms and 26 on the legs. As it says, there are 2 machine guns in each arm, with 100 rounds of ammo split between those two from the right torso. Its Streak 6 is located in the right torso with its 15 rounds of ammo in there as well. Its Streak 4 is in the head with 25 rounds of ammo in the right torso. You get this idea that the right torso is where you should shoot. The 2 ER medium lasers are located in the left torso. The 2 small pulses are in the center torso, and 3 medium pulses are in the left arm, with the jump jet spread between the legs. it's part of the funny face brigade again, but at least this one has a right-up reason for having the funny face design, unlike the Ursus. I get it. It's supposed to be a big, imposing, thick slab of metal just wandering forward, like a dreadnought in 40k, I guess. This idea of this stompy, short-range murder machine with its Gatling guns on its shoulders there, and its missile launchers for targeting elemental suits, and the small pulses being able to just rip apart infantry, and then the medium pulses to and the the streaks in the medium pulses being able to just tear into mech armor. It's kind of cool. I actually don't dislike the build. It's pretty sweet actually. You could also see like a downgrade, like a tech downgrade if it got captured, for instance, where you could just swap out a lot of the equipment. Obviously, downgrade some of the parts, maybe reduce the ammo load or on the machine guns, or even remove them entirely just to free up a little bit of space, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I could see like an Inner Sphere unit getting hold of it and using it that way, changing some of the equipment around. But yeah, it's a cool looking mech actually. The more I'm looking at this artwork, the more I like it. It's a pretty no fuss kind of mech, isn't it? Get it into an urban environment, it's going to cause a lot of damage. It's maneuverable for its weight, at least with the jump jets. Obviously, in an open field scenario, not the kind of thing you want to take into that environment, but if you stick it into a defensive position, it's going to be defending like a factory location, some kind of industrial zone, urban centre, that kind of thing, even amongst obviously some terrain that might have a lot of maneuverability in terms of being able to jump in and out of pockets of the ground, even bodies of water to allow it to be able to cool off or avoid detection. It's got a few options to it. Obviously, hilly terrain, that kind of thing, it's going to be able to use the terrain to its advantage to get close. But yeah, if it gets into any kind of open terrain, it's not really going to last very long. But its description is just that. It's meant to get into a close-range brawl. So yeah, it's also nice. It's a Steel Viper mech, so it's kind of unique. Again, a clan that are named after a snake choose a Matador as the name for their mech, which I do find some of the naming conventions a little bit odd. I mean, let's keep it consistent here. I mean, at least the Monkey Clan, when they have some of their mechs that they build themselves, at least they name it after a friggin' monkey. You know, they don't go Clan Firemandrel and decide to start naming things after fucking birds of prey or something like that. Now we've got the Steel Vipers running around naming stuff after bullfighters. What's going on? What next? Clan Wolf with the bovine Omnimech? It's just not going to make sense, is it? That's Taurian Concordat territory. Stay away. But I don't think I've got much else to say. I actually don't mind the art. It's nowhere near as fucking goofy looking as the Ursus was. Grim Fandango there, and we've got. Yeah, it does fit the bill as an intimidating design. You could see this thing like quite handily tearing apart other mediums and lights that decide to come up against it, who think that they might fancy their chances. Well protected, as it says, with that 30 points of CT armor. It's going to take a lot to get through that. And yeah, the arms and the legs are pretty well protected as a side torso. So yeah, slab of metal, bit of jump jets, some short range firepower. Ooh, that's lovely. But we'll leave it there as we go along here. We're getting through it. We're getting up to my least favourite part of this book, the Proto-Mechs. God damn the Proto-Mechs. But that's for a future one. Until then, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.